A warning, this next story contains video that could be alarming to some viewers. New video is surfacing tonight showing the moments an American citizen was shot and killed by a federal immigration agent in Minneapolis. Let's bring in Leigh Waldman from Minneapolis. And Leigh, we're still seeing plenty of anger in those streets around you.
We're in this crowd of people that keeps chanting Renee Good's name, and you can see this memorial that's behind us. This has continued to grow as more time has passed since her death in this very spot. Today we have brand new video out from the ICE agent involved from his perspective. It shows him recording her vehicle, and she says to him, "That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you." He continues to move around her vehicle, and we see an interaction between him and Renee Good's wife, Becca. Now, at some point, she turns her wheel away from him and starts forward. You hear a little bit of a scuffle, and then you hear those gunshots. We know ultimately that is the moment that her life was ended.
While protesters in Minneapolis continue to face off with federal agents,
I will now invite us to take a minute of silence to honor the life of Renee Good.
A moment of silence and a declared day of unity. Days after 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good, a U.S. citizen, was shot and killed by an ICE agent while in the driver's seat of her car. Students, parents, and educators also reeling from a clash between ICE agents and community members outside of Roosevelt High School.
I was hit with a rubber bullet just by standing there on the Minneapolis Public Schools property as a bystander.
Some calling on ICE to stay away from school grounds.
As we saw on Wednesday, they do the exact opposite of making schools safe.
The Minneapolis mayor continuing to urge ICE to get out of his city and the state, and renewing his call for local involvement in the deadly shooting investigation.
Include local experts in the process. We got nothing to hide from here. All we want in Minneapolis is justice and the truth.
The precedent here is very simple. You have a federal law enforcement official engaging in federal law enforcement action. That's a federal issue. That guy is protected by absolute immunity.
Now, we have gotten a statement here from Renee Good's wife, Becca. She said that her wife sparkled from the inside and thanked the community for their support, the support that you can see behind us at this memorial, and also said that she's now raising their children to live as Renee did, to love people who don't look like them, who are not from where they're from. Cynthia?
Now, Leigh, what are we learning about the ICE agent that was involved in this shooting?
Well, Cynthia, at this point, we've learned his name. His name is Jonathan Ross. He has 10 years experience with the Department of Homeland Security and was actually working on a specialized unit within ICE, the SRT, the Special Response Team. We also know a little bit more about his background. We know that this summer there was an incident where he was responding to a vehicle and it ended up being dragged about 100 yards by that vehicle. He sustained injuries, had to get stitches, more than 20 stitches in his body because of injuries that he sustained in that. We know that he is a veteran as well, so he's not a new officer on this job, and that past experience being dragged by a vehicle just this summer could have informed some of the response here.
Okay, Leigh, thank you. And that is CNN's Leigh Waldman in Minneapolis.